Today we are going to see the definitions for amplitude, frequency, wavelength and pitch. So before going into that, we are taking a sound graph with displacement along y-axis and time along x-axis. And the sound wave is a sinusoidal wave. Right, the middle straight line is known as a rest position. From there, how much it moves up or moves down. That is the thing we have to consider. So the peak part is crest and the bottom part, this one is trough. Okay, these are the things you have to remember. So going into the first definition, amplitude is the maximum displacement or distance moved from the center line. Maximum displacement or distance moved, how much high the graph moves higher or to the bottom, right? That is known as the amplitude. What is it is used to measure? It is used to measure the intensity or the loudness of the wave, right? It is also known as, we will otherwise say, volume, high volume. We will say that is what is the amplitude. So it is measured in the unit of meters. Okay. The next definition is frequency. Frequency is the number of oscillations or wave cycles in 1 second. Right, the unit is hertz. What is oscillation? Oscillation in the sense one crest plus one trough is one oscillation, right? So how many oscillations in 1 second it passes through is the frequency, right? So next definition is the wavelength. So wavelength is the distance moved between two consecutive peaks. That is, either it may be two crest or it may be two trough, right? Both are wavelength only. It is denoted by the letter lambda. Right, there is a formula for the wavelength and the frequency. It is joined together by a speed wave, right? So V is equal to F lambda. That is the interpretation they are having. So in the next part I have to say is pitch. Pitch is not a physical measurement that we have to remember. It is only a psychological perception. Our frequency determines the pitch of a sound, right? Pitch in the human's brain interpretation. Higher pitch means higher frequencies. Okay, means a whining of mosquito. Lower pitch means low frequency, a rumble of thunder. So these are the examples of the pitch frequencies, pitch definitions. Okay, so here thing, when the sound frequency is higher, what will happen? Higher frequency means what will happen? Number of cycles are higher, right? So if the cycles are higher, the wavelength will be shorter, right? And if there is a high pitch, what is a high pitch? It is to her the sound is very high, or when the frequencies are very high, there will be a more number of waves passing through that in 1 second. That is the second thing you have to know. What is higher amplitude? Amplitude is the energy or the loudness, right? So higher amplitude means low frequency,